Hello, fellow traders. Jamie over at Trade Ideas. Wanted to pop in and share a couple of high quality setups I was able to identify today. And today being Tuesday, March the 5th. So without further ado, let's jump right in. And by the way, if you like this content, give it a like and please share it. This will keep us producing high quality content at no charge to you guys. All right, let's dive right in here. You can see the first stock that I have up here is Real, the Real. Now, the first thing to point out about this stock, let's take a look at the volume metrics today. 4.91 on the relative side, and this thing was doing some crazy volume pretty much all day, especially after these points of interest that I'm about to show you. All right, so this one happened pretty quickly. About 7 minutes into the open, and that's why I usually am running 1 minute candlesticks on the open, because if we saw this in the 5-minute pattern, it really wouldn't look that good. All right, but here we can clearly see the definition of the uprising here. Obviously the seller took control right off the bat. We put in the bottom down here, marked it off, and then just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes later, nice stair step action. Nice tight consolidating range as we approach the breakout point. Don't know why my arrow got moved there, but here we go. This is the entry candle right here, and we're right about $3.20. So my arrow wants to have a life of its own, but that's okay. So the entry candle here, low of the day. So this is approximately, we'll just call it 320. Down here we have 308. So risking a whopping 12 cents or so. And then you can see what happened as soon as this thing broke, went sideways for a couple of minutes, and then boom, cruised on up to about 333, so up about 13 cents on the trade there, which is a pretty decent percentage for a low dollar stock. Took a little breather here, and depending on whether or not you like to add the trades, this would have been an excellent place to add to the trade to finish it off. But the bottom line is this. Entry level originally of 320, all the way up to 343. That's 23 cents on a $3.20 some odd cent stock. That is not a bad return percentage wise. So that's the first guy, REAL, big mover today. Very nice setup. Now the next one that we have to take a look at here is Jan. Now for this one, we definitely need to go back to 5-minute candles. There we go. Okay, so this one happened, a little bit later in the day, and let me just get everything squared away here. Beautiful, beautiful action in JAN today. Okay, so here we are looking at the 5-minute candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? 25 minutes into the open. Very tight 20 to 25 minute period leading up to the break candle right here, which is about $1.71. Kind of hovered at that entry line for a while, and then boom, volume kicks in all the way up to $1.98. So from the entry, around about $1.70 up to $1.98. If you're a new trader, you may hear people saying, well, add your winners, cut your losses when you're supposed to. But adding to a trade, that's not always the most, it's never the easiest decision. But when you see a consolidation like this, after the first good lift here, from $1.70 up to $1.09, right about $2, we go sideways for a little bit longer. We get a second break right here, right about the $2 level, and then from that point in time, off to the races. So you could have just sat with what you had back here. There was never really a reason to get out of this trade. So up a nice chunk here, about 30 cents on a $1.70 stock. Come up here, we break out again for the second time, right about the $2 level. And before it's all said and done, profit potential up to $2.91. So from the original entry, we'll just call it $1.75, up to almost $3. That is a huge percentage return. How was our risk on this one? Well, on the prior one, it was just a low of the day since the market had only been open about 7 or 8 minutes. But typically on these, we look at the prior 15-minute low. So I've marked off the risk area down here. You can see how very tiny it is. You can fit that several times into the first run, and boy, who knows how many times you could fit it in there, but we can just do some math here. $1.76, almost up to 3, so almost $1.20 some odd cents, and our risk was a whopping, let's see, $1.75 on the entry. Your risk was about a dime here, a dime to make over a buck, over a 10R on January alone. And as I said earlier, never a reason to really get out of this one. Now, are we always going to get out at the top? Probably not, but plenty of opportunity to make quite a handsome profit on JAN today. How did it come in volume-wise? Well, we can see right here, 3.98 on the relative side, and this thing was kicking volume pretty much all day as well. So we all know that volume coming into a trade is no guarantee, but it sure can help the party along, and that's what we saw in two good examples today: the real, and JAN today. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.